In 2012, council voted with me to put an end to the unsustainable budget practices of the last administration. Our new surplus management policy dictates that 75% of any annual surplus must now go towards funding our capital needs. That's $186 million we are investing in our transit priorities, resurfacing our roads, maintaining the Gardiner Expressway, and projects to address traffic congestion like traffic signal coordination and upgrading our traffic operations command center. The remaining 25% of the 2012 surplus, about $62 million, will go to replenishing our reserves to help fund liabilities. This $248 million will help us pay for critical, and I emphasize critical, capital needs and offset future tax increases. Folks, that's exactly where your money should be going. Gone are the days of depleting reserves and using available funds to fill holes in bloated operating budgets. When I was elected, I promised to keep your taxes low and rein in out-of-control spending at City Hall. Folks, that's exactly what I've done. And I'm very pleased to announce that we have a realized surplus of $248 million in 2012. And that surplus was largely driven by savings found within our divisions and ABCs. This is excellent news for the taxpayers, and it's proof today that our city is on the right track. And before I took office, folks, any annual surplus was used to fill holes in bloated operating budgets, but not on my watch. Under my leadership, the City of Toronto has changed its financial management strategies, and we are planning for the future. We can now say that City Hall is budgeting to address our needs in a sustainable and responsible manner. For years and years, previous administrations neglected and ignored key investments in our aging infrastructure. Today, this trend has been reversed. My administration is keeping your taxes low, lower than any other North American city, reducing our debt by $800 million, and at the same time, folks, spending $1.2 billion more on capital projects. Folks, it all comes down to trust. You trust us to put your hard-earned money where it needs to go. I am so proud to say that's exactly what we are doing. Toronto's municipal government is now focused on driving efficiencies, investing in our capital priorities, and making the most of every hard-earned tax dollar that you trust us with. I'd be more than happy to take any questions on this very important matter.
Mr. Mayor, part of the surplus comes from the land transfer tax, does it not?
It does.
And that is a tax that you are promising to get rid of, yet it is lucrative to the city and helping replenish the reserves.
Well, it's hard to put an exact number. I'm the first to admit I will not be able to get rid of the whole land transfer tax. What I am going to try to do is get rid of 10% by the end of this year. I think this is doable, depending on the amount. It's probably about $30 million. But you can see, we've found the efficiencies, and I know we can get rid of at least 10%. Some councils, as you know, are pushing for 25%. I think we can take it a little bit of a time, and I think it's very realistic that we can get rid of 10% of the land transfer tax by the end of this year.
How do you know the Bassetts?
Any other questions?
Mr. Mayor, on Toronto Community Housing, from Community Housing this week, there's a very damning ombudsman's report about the way the TCHC is treating seniors. Last week, you came out in very much in praise of the way that TCHC has been going. Do you have any other thoughts based on that?
I haven't talked to Mr. Eugene Jones about this report. I agree with you, Dave, that it's not good. I have to sit down and discuss it. I'm pretty floored by some of the stuff that I have read in that report. And again, I just received it today. I have to have time to sit down and to discuss what's in that report with Eugene Jones. I can't comment on it any further until I do have that meeting with him.
Mr. Ford, what are the circumstances in that photo with you and Anthony Smith outside?
Any other questions?
Have you ever
When
been
was
to
that photo
15
taken?
Windsor?
I guess there's no more questions.
Mr. Mayor, there seems to be a
Thank you very
standoff,
much.
sir, with the media.
Thank you.
And-
You're here. You're here. Do you have any questions about this?
I have a budget question.
Thank you
But
very
there's
much.
still questions, Mayor Ford, there's still questions about the crack allegations.
Answer our questions.